So I want to talk about betrayal trauma, really important. I put in the chat the free course I have called Chaos to Calm, which talks a little bit more in detail about this topic. But intrusive thoughts, triggers, this is a huge part of the betrayed partner's world. And I lived it for almost 3 years. But betrayal trauma is real, but it's very unique as well. And part of the uniqueness of betrayal trauma, one of the major differences between betrayal trauma and other traumas is that with betrayal trauma, your past changes. In the blink of an eye, the past I thought I had no longer existed. The husband I thought I was married to became a stranger. So betrayal trauma changes your past, and that is unique. There are a lot of horrific things that happen to human beings every single day, and I wish none of them happened. Very few, if any, changes the past. We talk about things like a cancer diagnosis or the death of a loved one. Those are horrible. I don't want anybody, any human being, to go through those. They're so painful. With those, though, the past didn't change. The health that person had before the diagnosis is still there. The memories of the loved one that passed, the memories are still intact. With betrayal, the past literally changes. We cannot heal unless we have what's called a shared history with our partners if we're trying to reconcile. This is where trickle truth comes into play. Trickle truth is, again, if we had to talk about traumas, trickle truth is trauma stacking, if you haven't come across that term yet. Trauma stacking is when I've got this trauma and now this trauma on top of that one on top of that, so on and so on. And we can trauma stack our whole lives. If I had traumas in childhood and they're not healed, then every trauma I have after that just gets stacked on, until I am so filled with traumas that I can't think clearly. So we need to really have a much, I want to say, a healthier respect, especially the unfaithful partners, a healthier respect for that concept of your past changing, because it's very real. The betrayed partners can't look at pictures anymore without that picture being tainted. Whether or not that picture was a part of the years of acting out or not, it doesn't matter. The whole past changes. Now, this is what's interesting about this concept, because when your past changes, you absolutely cannot live in the present or the future. Let me say that again for the unfaithful partners who are saying, you need to move on when you're still keeping secrets. It's not possible. How am I supposed to live today when I still don't even know who I am, when I don't even know who you are? So we must have that shared history before I can even begin to start thinking about the future. So when unfaithful partners like my husband would say to me, Beth, I want to build this beautiful life. I'm so sorry. I'll never do it again. Blah, 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 blah. Let's go. I'm back here still trying to excavate the story. That trickle truth is horrific. Somebody had asked about that. Somebody else is going through that same thing. I forget what the exact question is, but that trickle truth is horrific.